themselves back into corsets, which was another 10 years later, in the 1940s. The new look, the whole book of corsets is something that's very much on my mind these days. There's a lot of, get a lot of inspiration from the 1940s and 50s bras and corsets. And I just love the look of the stitched and waist and the corset aspect.
Doris, how about your favorite?
You know, I have to agree with Sue because for me, the 1930s, the bias cut with Natalie DNA and her, she was a genius. She was an architect of fabric. And she utilized all the rules that are inherent in textiles by just turning the fabric to a 45-degree angle. And, you know, I've always wondered, I don't make clothing anymore. I never manufactured, but I used to do things on this when I was younger. Why the bias hasn't been introduced on a large scale with maternity clothing, because the whole concept of the stretch, you know, it grows with you, you know. But yeah, I would say 1929 to 1932 are my favorite periods.
And Sally?
Yes, I'm kind of in agreement with Sue and Doris too. I'm really interested in designers a little earlier, Paul Poiret. I'm really interested in him. Not only because of the way he changed shape and silhouette, but also in the way that he really started to market himself, which I thought was quite interesting. You know, having pieces of his collections printed on fans, using the illustrator Paul Uribe, taking his collections from city to city. So I think in the middle of the 1913 that he first took his collection to New York to show it there. And this is really, you know, this was real innovation. So not just in design, but in the way he was presenting fashion and what he was doing with fashion. But again, yes, I agree with what Doris said. V&A, I mean, amazing. Also designers like Fortuny, for example, and what he was doing with fabrics. Really, really interesting and really innovative period. I also think then again in the sort of late 50s, early 60s, when we again started to see a lot of experimentation. So thinking about designers like Courrèges and what he did with the silhouette and taking it away from the body, looking at abstract shapes, was another really, really interesting and innovative period. So those are kind of my two favorite bits.